community. And if you're on IG, come on over to YouTube. So we're going to talk about today, we're going to look at from a company's perspective. So we talked a little bit last week about, what companies are doing. We looked at a case study around Truist, the bank, and the guy, Jarrell, I think that was his name. Jarrell was talking about how they hired a company to come in and help them with automating, right? Automating the processes. And so tonight we want to take a look from a company's perspective. I'm going to give you some terms and give you some terms to kind of think about. You're loving it? Oh, so happy. Listen, I'm so proud of you all. Hey, Jay said, welcome. Sit with us for a bit. That's right. Lady Love. All right, I love it. Educate, equip, prepare. There we go. Listen, y'all. I am so super proud of y'all. Y'all have no idea. Your girl want to cry, but I'm not. The impact last week, y'all were emailing. Look at Robert enjoying the course. I had others that say, Kelly, I'm in there like swimwear. That is all a person wants, especially ones that shares and teaches and gives. That's it. There's nothing else that's better. So I'm super proud of you all. I'm glad everyone is getting something from it. And we're doing it as a community, right? We're sharing with each other. So I'm happy about it. That's right. We're educating, like Lady Lo said, we're educating, we're equipping, and we're preparing. That's the whole goal of this community, especially if you're new to us. Again, welcome. We're so happy you're here. Our only goal is to educate you, right? With each other, not just from Kelly, but we educate each other. I learned a ton of stuff. It's for you to get educated so that you're equipped and that you're prepared. If anything pop off, anything jump off, right? Your employer comes to you and say, hey, you know what? The department's not doing that well. We're going to have to downsize. We're going to have to right size. We're going to have to reorg. We're going to have to restructure. All the fancy words for layoff, right? It will still be shocking. Not trying to downplay that, but at least you will be equipped because you got educated and you are prepared. You can put your hand in your bag, right? In your tool bag. You can put your hand in there. You can like, you know what? I know after I get off to this emotions of what happened, God forbid, we don't want that to happen. We don't want it to happen, but we always want to be prepared. We always want to be prepared. Always. And so that's what we're doing. Like Lady Lo said, Susan, what's up, girl? What's happening? So that's how we do here. We educate ourselves, we equip ourselves, and we prepare ourselves. And so I was sharing that last week we kicked off our series in August for AI. We laid a foundation. We got a definition. Go back and watch it. If you didn't see it, we shared some things of what's happening in the world. And tonight, we're going to look at it from a company perspective. Okay. I'm going to go through just some terms. I have like 6 slides. It's not really, I just want you to know some terms. Again, my whole goal, the premise of this entire community is to equip you, especially us. And my daughter pointed this out. She was on here last week. She said, Mom, when you say us, what do you mean? So let me be clear. When I say us, I mean us that are on the second half of life, right? 50 and older, 45 and older. And I know there are some that are younger that watch, and we cool with that. We'll have y'all. Y'all stay with us. But I know, and I know you all as well, because we're just alike. Y'all know they talk a lot about millennials and Gen, whatever the Gen is, and they get all the stuff. So my goal and my purpose is like, you know what? I'm going to make sure we look it out for us to see. So that when I say us, that's what I mean. So tonight I'm going to give you some terms, right? And really quick, I want you to, whatever you're watching me on, your phone, your iPad, your laptop, your desktop, get something, and you can keep what you have. I know we all been working all day, so I don't want to make this work for you, but there's an exercise that we're going to go through. And it's okay if you use what you have, whatever you're watching on right now, it's okay. You're just going to hear my voice versus see, and that's okay. You don't have to look. But we're going to go through a 2-minute exercise, and this is to get you prepared for next week. because next week we're going to actually do some interactive things, because I want you to be able to say and put on your resume, oh yeah, I've used AI. I'm familiar with it. We're going to go through some things. So tonight we're just going to jump in for a second and jump out, because I want to share with you something. So we're going to kick it up. What? You know what, Susan? I'm so jealous. I'm hating on you right now, Susie Q, I'm hating on you right now. I have missed the gym for like 8-9 days. I am so jealous. I know Susan fine as wine. I know you fine as wine. Jay, 49 in a couple weeks. Woo woo. We made it, Jay. We made it. This is what I'm talking about. We get better. We don't get older, we get better. All right, let me keep going. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, just about 6 slides, and then we're going to test. Y'all know last week we got shut out, but we're going to try it again, because your girl going to always push the limits. I got some videos. I got a couple videos we're going to check out. We're going to do this exercise, and we're going to go through some case studies. Remember, last week we did the truest case studies. I'm going to share with you, because I want you to see that there's things happening in various industries. It's not just a tech thing. Everybody's tapping in. And then I'll wrap up, and I have takeaways for you. Like last week, Robin says she's loving the course. We gave a link last week for you to hop into a course. It started last week. Robin, like, I ain't playing with y'all. And others reached out and they jumped in. So I'm super excited to hear about that. And so I'm going to give you some takeaways. I'm going to give you some companies to tap into. So we'll get into that. Again, IG, if you're online, come on over to YouTube. Kelly with an I Jackson. Let's go, people. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to present. And it's a few slides, and it's just terms that I want you to know. This ain't pretty or anything like that. It's just some terms, okay? So here we go. Let's go. Okay. We're gonna go. Oh, here we go. See. Let me look at y'all, because I know I learned my lesson. See, I learned my lesson from before. Let me make sure. Yeah, I am dark, and I got the light on. I don't understand why. Anyway, we're gonna keep moving. Let me make sure y'all can see the screen. Okay, we're on. Okay. AI, present from current slide. Okay. Decoding corporate money moves. So that's our discussion. We're talking about from a company perspective this week, and we're talking about AI from the company perspective, right? And when we say money moves, we're talking about where are they investing their money? When they make money, where you're working right now, they're making money, right? They're in business to make a profit. Where is that money? Where are they investing that money? Where are they putting that money into? So tonight, I want to give you just some terms that I want you to be familiar with. We're going to break these terms down, and we'll have conversation around this. Okay, again, it's only like 6 slides. So here we go. So here's a term. It's called value chain. Value chain. This refers to the full range of activities needed to create a product or service. So all companies have a value chain. That's the value for their product and or their service. So when inside of your company right now, there's a value chain. How valuable is your company? Right? How much market cap do they have? Which means how much of the market do they dominate? Right? What's the value of that company? Okay, what's the value of that company? And this will be clear as we continue on through the night. This will become clear. Okay, so let me give you an example. So value chain, as I mentioned, is for businesses that have products or services. The industry value chain encompasses all stages from the initial idea of the product to its final delivery, covering every process in between. That's the chain. So it's from the inception, the idea, the thought of the product or service. Like some of you have some ideas, you have thoughts, right? Now you work on your value chain. How do I deliver this? Right? How do I deliver this product or service? How do I get this thing up and going and get it out there? Let's look at an example. Let's look at what's it supposed to go here? But let's look at IKEA. Hold on, because it wasn't supposed to go here. I don't like when it's out of order. Hold on. I want y'all to see the other one first. Let me see if I can find it. I think I have it hidden. Here it is right here. Unhide. Y'all see my work. Unskip. That's what we want. Okay, let's go back. My bad, y'all. Okay, let's look at this example. The iPhone. I'm gonna wait for it to catch up. I'm watching y'all. Let's look at the iPhone. This is the value chain for the iPhone. So remember, the value chain is from the idea, the inception, all the way out the door. Let's look at the iPhone. It starts with the raw materials of the iPhone. So to make the iPhone, it takes ceramic raw materials. So think about when you're baking a cake. The ingredients are the raw material. You need the butter, you need the flour, you need the sugar, you need the eggs, that's the raw material. So raw material that makes up your iPhone. Some of you are using it right now to watch. It used ceramic, oil, and plastic. So, I wonder if I was in the market to maybe make a transition or a career move or thinking about something in the future, and I know that everybody has a phone and I know that everyone is going to use a phone for a very long time, where might I think about going? Well, Exxon has the oil, DuPont has the plastics that make the phone. Just a thought. The reason why I put these icons on here and the reason why I said, let me find this slide. Let's look at it. This is a value chain we're looking at. Remember, we're writing down that word value chain because we want to be what, Lady Low? Educate ourselves, equip ourselves, and prepare ourselves. The next step in the value chain is the components of it. We got the materials. Now, the components of the phone is the circuits. This should be camera, not components, and the touch screen, right? So this is the components. This should be camera. I don't know if I can change it. And so if we look at the different companies, that make up part of this value chain, we're looking at Intel for the circuits, Texas Instrument, right, for the touch screen, and LG for the camera. So, if I was thinking about funding my future, or funding my retirement, or thinking about the future, where would I consider looking at certain companies? And then the assembly. These are OEMs. And of course, Kelly is forgetting what OEMs, but Google it. Google OEMs. But I do know that Foxconn is a company. If you haven't heard about it, write them down. They are the only company. You heard what I said? The only one that assembles phones for telecommunications, right? So they're the only one that does this. So, I might want to check them out. So I'll put these icons on here, these logos on here, just for you to think about. If I'm going to make a move, if I'm thinking about companies, if I want to do some research, if I want to see who's out there, who's innovating, who's going to be around, I might want to check out these companies. Let's keep going. Now we have the word, right? What was the word, you all? Value chain. You can do this for any company. You should be doing it for your company. What is the value chain? We're going to talk about this after we get through these slides. Here's another term. And again, these are in no particular order or anything. These are just terms I want you to know. Vertical integration. This is important. Y'all can't see this, probably. I guess you can. Vertical integration. This is a strategy that allows a company to streamline its operations by taking direct ownership of various stages of its production process without relying on external contractors or suppliers. Let me break it down. So let's think about when a company vertically integrates, they're saying, nah, we're going to do all of this ourselves. Let's think about Amazon. Amazon says, you know what? I don't need you, FedEx or UPS to deliver the packages when Stacy orders something, or when Robin orders something, or when Derek orders something. We're gonna do this ourselves. They got the cars, right? They got the trucks. Y'all saw the drivers, right? So that means they're vertically integrated. So, if I was looking for a company that's doing everything themselves versus outsourcing part of their value chain, let's go back, right? If they're outsourcing part of this, like the iPhone and like Apple, I might be thinking about, well, you know what? This company does everything on its own. Everything on its own. And we're going to look at one of those companies. Again, how they become vertically integrated is by establishing or acquiring suppliers, manufacturers, distributors, or retail locations rather than outsourcing. So I will say that Apple did that in its retail division. Because think about it, there's an Apple store now in the mall. So the entire company isn't vertically integrated, but they did integrate their own store. So part of the retail. And don't worry if this isn't making sense, it's okay. These are just terms that I want you to know, right, for the future. So let's take it and look at an example of a company that said, you know what? We want to vertically integrate all the way. This is the slide we saw before. This is another illustration, involves IKEA. So it's widely recognized for its wooden furniture and assorted accessories. In a move to further its vertical integration, IKEA acquired, check this out, y'all, a forest. They acquired a forest. That tickles me. I don't know why. I mean, you hear about people acquiring stuff, but IKEA on another level. They acquired a forest in Romania in 2015. This initiative was expanded upon in 2018 when they secured additional forested land in Alabama, y'all. IKEA said, no, we'll get our own wood. We'll do this ourselves. We're not going to go over to China or anywhere else to have them to get their wood manufactured and then charge us to send it, to ship it, to make it. We're going to do this ourselves. They bought a forest. Y'all with me? So let's go back. I just want you to, again, just a couple of terms. We learned about a value chain. We saw what that looks like. It's just the value that the company brings, its idea to getting it out the door. I wanted you to know about vertical integration, right? Now, let's jump out of here for a second. Let me see what y'all talking about. Let's see if we got that. I want to take a pause for a second, just a break. Did we get that? There you go. S Tom 146, taking out the middleman. Nailed it. Zal Storm said, I was held hostage on the phone. I'm sure I'm missing value, but we got you, Zal. We got you. S Thomas said, that's it. Taking out the middleman. You nailed it. Robin said, amazing. Where? My town. I better get a discount. So again, I want you to think about, again, we're talking about being an insider and thinking like a company. Okay, if the company, we can look and see, okay, what's the value chain of this organization, right? And what is it that they do, right? And so, is my company vertically integrated? Are they outsourcing things? Because we know if they're outsourcing certain divisions or certain things, right, they're cutting costs. We've heard of the layoffs. We've seen the layoffs. And then we also see some of those same companies that lay off, they hiring people. So we're like, what's up with that? Why y'all let go and then you start hiring? We're gonna answer that question. Now let me show you this. Here's a little test. Okay. Let's just do screen. Allow. IG, you can come over and meet us over on the YouTube. Let's look at Amazon. This is another one. This is another example that I want us to look at. Let me make sure it's coming up and y'all can see. I'm looking at the laptop to make sure. Okay, this is, and you all can do this with any company. I want you to do this with your company, wherever you're working. I want you to do this with your company, okay? Now, check it out. Now, this is all I did is I went to About Amazon. I went to About, what we do. Go to About, right? So we all know Amazon. We love Amazon. We on there all the time. So if we were to ask ourselves, what does Amazon do? Here are the 5 divisions of Amazon. We got the Amazon store. We have devices and services. We know about the store, right? Online, you know, people probably got stuff in their cart already. We already know that. We know about the store. We clear. Devices and services. How many got an Alexa or a Fire Stick or Echo? They in the business of that too. Amazon Web Services. Right? This is a broadly adopted cloud offering over 200 fully featured services. They have delivery and logistics. We just talked about that. They kicked out FedEx, like Zal was saying. They cut out the middle person, or as Tom was saying. Delivery and logistics, we're very familiar. We know they have warehouses. We know that they have delivery trucks. Entertainment, they have Prime. They have Amazon Originals. They have Amazon Music. So here's my question for you. Which one of these divisions make Amazon the most money? Let me see what you got. Let me see what you got. Which one of these divisions makes Amazon the most money? Now, here's what I want you to also see. So that's my first question. Looking at this screen, don't cheat, don't Google, just look at this screen. Because some of us are going to have to make a decision on a dime, and I want you to know how to do this. Like Lady Lowe said, equipping yourself, educating yourself, preparing yourself. Which one makes Amazon the most money? Here's a clue. There's a word. There's one word that's in 4 of them, but not in the 5th. And it's the one that makes them the most money. And if you are so bold, if you can tell me why you picked what you picked, I'm going to give you 120 seconds, which is 2 minutes. I want you to look at this screen. Don't cheat. Which one of these divisions makes Amazon the most money? Tell me why. And tell me if you found the word that I was talking about. There's a word that's not in the division that makes the most money. And it's on the screen. Your time starts now. We need some thinking music. You got 1:30. Don't cheat. Don't cheat. Let me see it. Let me see it in the comments. Let me see what we got. What we got. Pick one. Pick one. Pick one. Which one of these divisions? Amazon Store, Devices and Services, Amazon Web Services, Delivery and Logistics, or Entertainment? Which one of these divisions makes Amazon the most money? And tell me why. Here's a hint. There's a word that's in 4 of these that's on your screen, but it's not in the one that makes Amazon the most money. I cannot with you, Jay. I can't. I can't. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. We're going to keep this going. I cannot, Jay. I can't. Earth, Wind, and Fire. What's a song by Earth, Wind, and Fire? Name a song. Now you got me thinking. All right, we ready to see? We ready to see? Let me see what y'all said. Let me see. I'm looking at y'all. Oh, shucks now. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yep. Yeah, I'm looking at my laptop. is AWS. Robin got the word. Clifford got it. Who else got it? Wanda got it. Who else got it? Jay got it. Clifford got it. Marna got it. Yeah. Who knows why? Who knows? Who can tell me why Amazon makes them the most money? Can anybody tell me why? The hint is the word. Robin got that right. Can anybody tell me why? So AWS makes Amazon the most money. Why is this important, you all? When we're thinking about our jobs and we're thinking about our employer, and in a second, when I mentioned earlier, for those just tuning in, I shared that we're going to do a small exercise. And in this exercise, you're going to be able to look up your company, your industry, to see how your company's doing, right? And what you want to do is think about your company. First of all, what is their core product or service? What's the first? What do we have to know what our company, what our employers do and all that they do? If you don't, that's a problem. You want to know what your company does. You can do that by going to the About section on the company website, or you can just Google your company and the two words investor relations. It'll break it down what they do. Why is this important, Kelly? It's important because the core product of a company and the vision that's making the company the most money gets the most money. So your company currently is in business, right? They're in business to make a profit. What are they doing with the money? Most good companies should be reinvesting the money back into the business. Okay? And so what you want to know is, where is my company investing the revenue and the sales of this business? Because wherever the money is at is where you want to be. Doesn't matter the division. Don't think about, well, Kelly, it's in marketing. How do you fit then? If you like the employer, you like where you at, you don't want to move, how you get over there? How do you get over there? I was working at a company. I worked in TA. Y'all know I worked in talent acquisition as a recruiter. The company I worked for was a retail company. The company started in California. They shut that down and put all the money in talent acquisition. This is when they started with creating a mobile device. They didn't care about where it started. None of that matters. What matters is a company staying innovative, a company staying competitive, a company staying on top of their game, a company staying relevant in the marketplace. That's where the dollars go. So you ask yourself, where you work right now, where is the money going? Follow the money. Amazon Web Services, as Robin mentioned, customer is not on here. You know why? Because you can't click on a button and buy AWS. It's client based. These are enterprise-wide companies that purchase Amazon Web Services. So while you buying that $11 belt on Amazon, or you getting the Prime for $12.99, or you having you got the Alexa for $29.99, or you pay for shipping and delivery and logistics, and you pay that extra $7.99 for it to come over night. Amazon Web Service is charging easy $80,000 to a client for AEW. I don't know how I'm making this up, so I don't know. Don't get me, Amazon, because I don't know. I'm just saying, look at the levels. Look at the levels. We're on a whole nother level when it comes to AWS and the cloud. These are clients, right? And so when we think again about the company, think about where you're working right now. Where's the money? Where is it going? And I'll share, I'm going to dive deeper into this. I have a masterclass for those that are new to me. I have a masterclass on Saturday, October 7th, and we're going to talk about that money, because ultimately, and I'm going to give you, and I already been told not to mention because we got some surprises, but I'll say this. I want you to start thinking of yourself as a company. And I'm going to dive deeper into this in the masterclass. But what I mean is, this is how, because we're going to be talking about money, this is how you take your experience, your skills, and your knowledge. And remember last week we were listening to them talk about high value skills. You want to leverage your skills, your experience, and your knowledge to its highest level. Because when we talked earlier about if they come a knocking, we're going to do some restructuring or some reorganization or some right sizing or laying off. I'm going to show you in a second where they talk about if you have the skills to work with AI, that's who they will be looking for. So I want you to start thinking about, I'm just dropping a seed right now because we're going to get into this on Saturday, October 7th. And I'm going to drop the link if you're not registered. Because you want to use your experience, your skills, and your knowledge, I'll say it again, to its highest level. Amazon is thinking about its top core product. Yeah, you could do this and we can do this and we can do this. This is where our money is and this is where our money is going. I think I drove that home, right? Did we get that? Did we get that? Let me stop sharing, see what y'all talking about. I don't know why it's so dark in here. It's globally incorporated. I love that. No regional. Ooh, Robin. Cassie's in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hi from Cleveland, visiting Houston. Yes, yes. What's up, Cassie? Got the word, Mr. Division. That's okay. That's okay. Services. Lady Low, you was close. You was close. Companies all over the world. That's it, Jay. That's it. All over the world. This is what we're going to be talking about on Saturday, October 7th. Globalization. And again, they already told me because I will go and start talking about it. But globalization is important. This is something you want to be able to do with your skills and knowledge. Okay. To answer your early question, September, let's groove. See, I'm gonna have to write that down because I would have never thought about that. Susan says, in my industry, it's the R&D. Very good. That is true. Research and development. That's it. That's it, Susan. That's it, Susan. I actually have a slide on that. I was going to talk about that, but I just know me. It'll take us a whole hour, and I want to get through some other things I want you all to see. But listen, look at what Susan said. I will touch on it, though. Research and development, similar to the value chain, right? It's just like researching a product and an idea, right? And some companies, like Susan is saying, has an R&D department. That's where they do the idea conception. And remember, we talked about raw materials and the assembly of it. I have a company now on my staffing agency side that they have an ongoing posting, right? We're constantly hiring in their R&D division. To Susan's point, we're constantly hiring for them in their R&D department. Now, I will say this, though. I can tell y'all, one of the reasons why is we're constantly hiring is because they don't pay. And see, it's interesting, and this may resonate with some of you in your current, where you're working now. It's interesting of what they want to do, right? And I don't know this business. It's a data company. I don't know that business. So if somebody's in data engineering, and let me know if I'm missing it. But in my mind, I would think you wouldn't have to do this constantly, because it's not like people are leaving, because who's there is there. But people are like, y'all can't pay me this for what y'all want me to do. And I have talked to them and done my best to educate them and equip them. And now I just prepare, like, you're not going to be able to get anybody. That's a whole other thing. I shouldn't have got off on that. But I'm just saying, I was the R&D. I thought about that because we're hiring people in their R&D department. So they're very innovative. They have ideas, great ideas, and they're a data company. So they're needed, but you got to pay people. You got to pay people. So anyway, we got that. If you remote into work, you are likely logging into via AWS. That's true. I've been thinking of myself as a business entity. I may have to start speaking in third person. Right. There's a book somewhere up. Oh, I think it's right here. U Squared. This is look how little it takes you about 10 minutes to read it. This thing is like $40. It's okay. I'll tell y'all if y'all want me to tag because I don't think you should spend that much money. Like it was hyped up, but anyway, y'all see, this is why people tell me not to talk. Okay, back to what we're saying. So, I want you to think of yourself as a business. We're gonna talk about this in October. So moving on. Let's jump because we got some other things I want to share with you. So I want y'all to listen to this. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Y'all cross your fingers and pray we don't get shut down. This is not even 2 minutes. So YouTube, leave me alone. Okay, entire screen. Here we go. Now listen to what she's saying. We just talked about some things. I want y'all to listen to what she's saying, okay? Making sure it comes up to the screen.
First off, let me just say a little bit about how this report is constructed. So we gather the views of hundreds of heads of HR, heads of strategy, and CEOs of companies and try to understand that these people that are really at the front lines of making decisions about the future of jobs, about where to invest, about what all these global trends actually mean. With together what that's going to lead to. Now, first off, let me just say a little bit about how this report is constructed. So we gather the views of hundreds of heads of HR, heads of strategy, and CEOs of companies and try to understand that these people that are really at the front lines of making decisions about the future of jobs, about where to invest, about what all these global trends actually mean for the workplace. What are they really thinking about what the future of jobs will look like over the next 5 years? And then we combine that with a lot of hard data, as well as data from our partners and what they're able to tell us in very specific areas. So that's what we try to do. And overall, what that captures is about 673 million workers in the workforce, and we're able to say a little bit about where things might be headed. We also try not to limit ourselves with looking to just technology trends. So we actually look at some other macro trends. We look at the green transition, we look at shifting supply chains, and we try to understand what these things together, what that's going to lead to. Now, one key finding, that combination of trends together is going to disrupt about a quarter of jobs that currently exist. So 23% of jobs will be disrupted in some form or the other. But the key word there is disruption, and just a little over a half will be declining, and just a little under half will be actually growing. And so overall, the picture is, yes, complex, yes, affected by many trends, but also something that seems manageable, provided that we focus on the reskilling and upskilling of workers. So that's one key point. Let me just say a little bit more. Not surprisingly, given where we are today, relative to the current number of jobs, there's a specific set that are rising and a specific set that are declining. So for example, AI specialists will be in high demand. Big data specialists will be in high demand. Sustainability specialists and environmental protection specialists and business analysts will be in high demand relative to where they are today. But when we look at the absolute number of jobs that will be created and what will be growing, actually those tend to be in sectors like, for example, agriculture or education. So agriculture is expected to create 4 million new jobs. Education is expected to create 3 million new jobs. Green jobs, roughly speaking, about 1 million more of those. So that's where some of the growth will come from. And then finally, in terms of the declining side, perhaps unsurprisingly, these are roles that are at the lower skilled end of the white collar workforce and are now getting disrupted by technology. So for example, those that are bank tellers, people who are working as administrative assistants or as secretaries, those are likely to be the roles that will be the most disrupted. And I will stop there.
I want to play one part over for you real quick because I know the sound went out, but there's one part I want you to listen to again.
Will be actually growing. And so overall, the picture is, yes, complex, yes, affected by many trends, but also something that seems manageable, provided that we focus on the reskilling and upskilling of workers. So that's
what she say, y'all? Provided what? Provided what? Provided that we focus on what? Reskilling and upskilling. This is, by the way, the World Economic Forum. So this is in 2023. This is a World Economic Forum. You can just Google that. They have this every year. This is the Future of Jobs report by the World Economic Forum that they did. So this is a report that they did. So I always want to cite the source. Now, remember, when we kicked off this series in AI, one of the things I said, the reason why we wanted to do this for a month is because, and we dropped in the comments, I said, what have you all heard as it relates to AI and jobs? And the majority of you said that they're going to go away, that they're going to be displaced, that there won't be any jobs. And I said, I want to show you a different perspective because we want to be careful about what we're consuming from social media, from TV, from radio, from podcasts, from news. Everybody's talking about doom and gloom and AI is going to take this and take that. What did she say? She said, this is a disruption. And she said it again, to be clear, it's a disruption of how we do things as normal, right? Our sense of normalcy is going to be changing. And last week we saw and we learned how AI and these machines were working with humans. And I replayed over, she said, provided that we reskill and upskill. We don't have a choice if we're going to be in the workforce. Okay, I don't want you to miss that, right? And the whole goal here is to change your perspective around AI. And she also mentioned, for those that are thinking this is about the tech thing and I'm not tech savvy, she said agriculture and education. She didn't say technology. Again, we're changing our minds. We're changing our perspective on things. If we look at things one way and believe things are going to be this way, that's how we're going to act. We're going to act that way. I can't get a job because I'm technical. I'm not able to have any type of growth because I'm not technical. I'm too old. I'm overqualified. What does that even mean, being overqualified? You qualified. How can you be overqualified? Whatever we're telling ourselves is what we're believing and ultimately how we're acting. Remember, I talked about last week about the black cat and breaking the mirror because we believe we break a mirror, we have 7 years of bad luck. And so now we're looking over our shoulders, waiting for the bad luck because we believe it. If we believe AI is going to take our job, that's how we're going to act. We're not going to apply because we're going to think, or we're not going to go into our boss's office and talk about all of our successes and achievements, thinking, oh, they're going to outsource it anyway. Oh, I just need to do this. Whatever you believe, that's how you're going to act. Right? There you go, Robin. Reskilling and upskilling. That's it. That's it. Derek said, everyone has to consider themselves as their own brand. Your knowledge, experience, professionalism, and network is how you grow and expand your brand. Transition. That's it. We are a brand, you all. You're the CEO of your brand. Who's on your board of advisors? You're a brand. Your skills, your knowledge, your experience is just like those 5 divisions of Amazon. Which one is your core? You can do a lot of things. We all can. What's gonna bring you that money? This is what we're gonna talk about on October 7th, because I want you to see what you can do with your experience and your skills. We're gonna talk about consultancy, and we're gonna talk about contracting. We're gonna talk about having your own knowledge practice. That's what I'm doing. We're going to talk about those things, but it's more around, and I'm talking about the masterclass that I'm holding. Hold on, on October 7th, Saturday, October 7th. It's about how to use your skills and knowledge to have options. Because again, if they come a knocking, you want options. You want options. If you got option, then you got opportunity all day long. Because what we think is if something does happen, oh, we have to now go look for another job because that's all we know. But on Saturday, October 7th, I'm gonna give you some options. And listen, let me say this because it popped in my head. Here's a question I always ask myself. I always say, what is it that I don't know? Even at my age, I done a lot of stuff. You have too. But I always ask myself, what is it that I don't know? I was talking to somebody on Monday to help me with something. And in the beginning, I was kind of like this because I thought, I'd schedule time with the person. But I kind of was like in my head, like I already kind of know. But I scheduled time because I wanted to see. And in the beginning, it was just like, okay, I know all this. But then he started to say things, and I'm like, oh. And then I got on me. I checked myself. I'm like, see, you was about to check out. And you're not even doing what you tell others to do. And asking that question, what is it that I don't know? And that's the reason why I reached out to the person. I would say, what is it that I don't know? Where are my blind spots? Where are my areas of opportunities? And so if you think because AI is here, because it's not going anywhere, that your only option, because I'm not tech savvy, am I too old? They're not going to hire me. They're not going to give me a promotion. Robin just said it, reskill and upskill. Robin just said it. Kelly, I'm in the course. She ain't waiting for nobody to give her nothing. Robin going to how many countries in November? T is another one. She reached out after last week and said, Kelly, I'm in the course. T out the country right now. You cannot sit. You can't sit. It's not going to happen for you. The key is being relevant. And I know I'm saying a lot right now, but it's only because, like Lady Lowe shared with us, we want to be educated. We want to be equipped and we want to be prepared. And here's the thing, y'all, because y'all here right now. You don't have to be. There's others that could be. So I commend you and I'm super proud of you. And I know that you're in search of more and better. And I ain't saying I don't have all the answers, but together, it's a bunch of us in here. We're going to do this together and we're not leaving anybody behind. Because it's going to take all of us, right? Let me get off that because I want to share with you a couple other things. And I know so I wanted you to get that takeaway about what she said. Let me share this. This is important. I'll come back to you, Lady Lowe and Jay. I'll come back to you. I want to give you that. We might not be able to do the exercise. We'll do it next week because we're going to be doing some interactive stuff anyway. Okay. Here's one more thing. Listen to what he says. Okay. Listen to what he says.
Now that Gen AI is so accessible, does that change the way that CEOs are thinking about leveraging it in their own business?
Yeah, I mean, they're being asked about it all the time, right? From their boards and from their employees. Like one of the most interesting comments I got from one of the questions was she felt pressured by her employees who said, I can use this stuff in my personal life and I'm not getting those tools in my hands at work. When are you going to change this? So they're feeling the pressure. They're also seeing the art of the possible with all the latest tools and releases that played out over the last few months that everybody had access to. So it's for sure on top of the agenda, and they're all trying to figure out what their plays are.
Yeah, trying to figure out how do CEOs balance experimentation and risk with productivity and competitive advantage?
It's all over the place. Your question asserts that they have all found the balance, and the reality is that's not the case. There's only a few of them, and the ones that do find the balance are the ones that are curious and they're seeing it as a potential benefit and a tool. Usually, it's with the companies that are more of a growth mindset, who feel like they have a big, bold growth agenda, and they're seeing AI as an ability to give them scale, right, and to be able to scale up faster than the others. Usually, I see within those companies that they experiment, they try to do it in an ethical way, in a responsible way, and they're thinking proactively around building the right data infrastructure to be able to get access to the right data to train these models, and then they're aggressive about putting their strongest performers to actually own the agenda versus outsourcing it to vendors and hoping that someone else will do it for them.
I'll
play that last part one more time.
Questioning because this space is moving.
Aggressive about putting their strongest, be able to get access to the right data to train these models, and then they're aggressive about putting their strongest performers to actually own the agenda versus outsourcing it to vendors and hoping that someone else will do it for them.
I'll questioning because this.
They are aggressive about putting their strongest performers forward. So they're aggressive about placing their strongest performers with the AI. Again, we're looking at a different perspective. We just heard about doom and gloom. Everything's going away. This is Boston Consulting Group, and they're talking about CEOs and what they're saying. They're saying that they are aggressive about getting the AI into their companies. They're also aggressive about putting their strongest performers with this automation. We saw last night, companies are looking to automate. Okay, what does that mean? Robin said it. Reskill, upskill if you have to. This means you cannot be at your current employer. They don't know what you've done. If you've been there umpteen years or whatever, however many years, you can't assume that they know what you've done, how you have driven outcomes, right? How you led or progressed or achieved. You can't assume this. You can put 15 minutes on their calendar when you have your touch base session. Are you talking about what you've done? Are you telling how successful this went? Are you telling them where there's barriers, where you're having challenges at because of the results that you want to achieve? We can't create this long list of the reasons why we haven't been promoted, why we don't make enough money, why we're not where we want to be, why we're feeling stuck, why we're unmotivated, why we're not feeling challenged. You have to take the action. It could be that it's time for a transition. It could be. Jim Rohn tells a story about he had this whole list of stuff. Somebody asked him, his mentor asked him, tell me why you're not successful. He's like, it's the government, it's my boss, it's my job, it's the weather, it's my wife, it's this, and this, and this. And he looked at the list and he said, you know what? You're not on this list. We want to think about it. If we're not happy, we got to change. If we're not happy, if we're feeling stuck, you can make a change. It's really that simple. Now, what he just said, what Sadia said in the first video, she talked about no doom and gloom. It's just that people are going to have to reskill and upskill. Vladimir, on the second video, he said, no doom and gloom. Strongest performers, we're going to be aggressively looking out for those strongest performers. Okay? I want to drive that point home. Let me see. What we saying? Derek said it. Reskilling, that's it. Hands on your... Jay, I cannot. You go to bed. You sleepy. You go night-night. You sleepy. Elizabeth, where you been at, girl? We focus on reskilling, upskilling of our career. There you go, hon. Lady Lowe said life and death is in the power of the tongue. Yes, ma'am. Jay said, shoot. I tried closing a project with a potential client and he pulled the good old Jay. I think you're overqualified. I think the project scope scared him or the potential cost did. Yeah, I don't even know what that means. Can somebody, what is overqualified? Susan said, yes, very true. Angela Hicks, reasons. That's it. Derek broke it down for us. Derek gonna always break it down for us, y'all. Educate, benchmark, equip, utilize, implement what you've learned, prepare, plan accordingly, and take action. Jay says, idle hands, devil's playgrounds. Learn and pivot. There we go. Learn and pivot. Now, again, today, and we didn't have time, I'm going to show you this and I'm going to give you I'm still going to give you the takeaway. The goal for today was for us to think like a company, right? CEO, your CEO. If you were the CEO of your company, we didn't get into the exercise. I'm going to show it to you though. I know we're at time, but I'm going to show it to you. Let me do that now. Let me just do that. Let me show you this. And we're going to do it together next week, okay? We'll do it together, but I want to show it to you because I said I would. Okay, this is the exercise, y'all. And this is how you check your company. Again, that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about our company. And you're going to take this assessment, and what you do, it's about 2 minutes. You put in your industry. So let's say I'm in biopharma. Right? And you go through, and then here you think like a CEO and you say, you know what? Yeah, my senior leaders actively engage in shaping our organization long-term vision and purpose, but they really don't align middle management. Middle management doesn't know, so it doesn't align and it's not sufficient for us to execute. Then you go to the next one. We attract, retain, and engage world-class talent. And you pick one, right? Let's say I pick that one. We keep going. Our operating model enables agility and resilience. You go through and you read them and you pick one. Let's say we move this and we pick that one and we keep going. We promote an innovation-driven culture and a fail, fast, learn mindset. Now you're thinking about your company and you're thinking and answering these questions, right? The next one, we deploy a modernized tech and data platform. That may not be you. So you're going to pick one and you're going to keep going. Last one, we realize value from AI that is embedded across our organization. You're going to pick one and you say, give me the results. And what we're going to look at is the first section. Now you can go through and read all of this. And again, y'all, I'm going to drop this next week and we'll look at this. Given your assessment, your company is stagnating and it currently ranks in the bottom quartile across the globe. That's deep. Unless you act with urgency, it is unlikely that most of your change initiatives will help generate a meaningful return. Reaching your transformation goals is at risk. Now, you can do so much with this. Now, I shared this with my private clients back in April when this came out. You can flip this into an initiative or a project with your senior leadership team. There's a lot you can do with this. But again, I promise we're going to dive into this. That's going to be part of our exercise next week. Now, takeaways. And I'm trying to get y'all out of here. I know we've been on, and then we'll wrap up. But let me show you. This is a takeaway, okay? Now, our talk, again, was around companies. So I'm going to give you a list of 50 companies. These 50 companies are looking for AI skills. For those of you that think I have to be technical, they're only looking for these skills in technical companies. I'm here to show you that that's not true. We're changing our perspective. I'm going to drop this link in the chat in a second. The 50 best workplaces to grow your career. This is by LinkedIn 2023. Here's what I want you to see. This isn't 5 companies, y'all. This isn't 10 companies. This isn't 20. This is 50. This came out April of this year. My clients, we took this, the latter part of April, we created a strategy and we charted 90 days, which ended at the end of July. 2 of them have interviews or have had conversation with 3 of these companies. And one of the persons, she's on vacation, so I couldn't get her stats to share with you all today. We talk on Mondays, but she's on vacation. But she's also had conversations with these companies. Here's what they're looking for. Amazon is one. I'm going to show you more. Now, it's the parent company of Whole Foods, Market, Rings, Zappos, Twitch, PhilPack. Here's what you want to look at. If I'm somebody that's in transition, I'm thinking about making a move. I'm not sure what to do with my skills and experience. Here's what I would look at. Okay, they're in Seattle, New York, and San Francisco. The most notable skill is telling you, is giving you the information. Artificial intelligence, mobile application development, data storage, and technology. Here's some of the common job titles. Software engineer, package handler, supply chain associate. We just talked about the functions, right? The divisions. They're telling you, here are our largest job functions. They're telling you, that's Amazon. Let's scroll down. That's number 1. Now, we talked about that. It's number 1. Yes, they had a layoff. But yes, they're hiring. Here it is. Data for in-demand skills. Let me keep going. Let's scroll down to United Health Group, number 7. Top locations, Minneapolis, New York, Los Angeles. Most notable skill, healthcare management, pharmaceuticals, nursing, no tech. Most common, software engineer, business analyst, customer service rep. Largest functions, healthcare services, IT, customer success. Let's look at one more, and I'm going to drop the link. Let's go down to wherever we stop. FedEx, top locations, most notable skills, management, job titles, largest job functions, right? So here's what we want to do. If we're considering a transition, we're conducting our research. We want to know what companies to go into, right? We would go through, there's 50, I just dropped the link. There's 50 companies. If we were to take our time and go through and say, you know what, let me see. I know that I work in marketing. Let me see. These companies looking. Let me just look and see what they do. We looked at the value chain, right? Let's see what they do. Let's see where they're spending money. They say they're looking for skills, AI skills. Let me get in there and see where I could fit, because we were just told to reskill and upskill. So maybe since I know that they're looking for AI skills, they'll have some people in here with AI skills. You never know. If they're looking for it, they may pay for it. But you won't know unless you get in and start doing some research. I know that's not fun. That's not fun. But that ain't fun either. So choose. Choose your hard is what they used to say. Choose your hard. Choose which hard you want to do. What we got? What we got? Was this helpful? Talk to me. Talk to me. I know we ran out of time. That's why I need 3 hours on October 7th. I'm gonna drop that link as well. That is why. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? How do we feel? How do we feel? How do we feel? Let me get y'all this link and tell me how y'all feeling. Tell me how y'all feeling. Tell me, talk to 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 me. I'm coming back to y'all in a second. I'm gonna get this link somewhere. Here we go. Just a long link. Good Lord. Just click on it if you are interested in the masterclass. And drop the link. Now, for those that are new to me, this is a long link. Oh, I'm gonna drop it anyway. Oh, it came on 2 sections. Good Lord. You know what? It was good. Who is Tori? It was good. Y'all, this link came in 2 sections. It was good. Oh, I'm so glad. I don't know if you can't. Somebody click on the link and tell me, can you click on it? If not, y'all email me. Here's my email. Let me tell you quickly. This is for, what's my email? careersbykelly.com. Just send me an email if it's not working. No, we're going to do that next week, Clifford. We're going to do that next week. We're going to do that. The link is for the masterclass that's on October 7th, Saturday. And I'm going to be breaking down consulting, contracting, and having your own knowledge practice. I'm going to share with you, that's what I have currently. I'm going to share with you how to use your skills, your current skills, your years of experience, and your knowledge, and how to leverage that, use that for options and opportunities. You don't have to. Some of you may say, well, I don't want to be a consultant. I don't want to be a contractor. I don't want to have my own business. This is not that. Yes, I will be sharing that. This is giving you options. You want options. Ladies, when we go on vacation, how many bags we take? Why do we take all them bags? Because we want options. If something happens though, seriously, you want options. If all we know and all we've been taught is to go and get another job and go to an employer, go to a job board, that's fine. But doesn't it feel better to have options? I didn't realize I can do this with what I know. You're looking at someone. That has done that. I'm going to break down what I made. I will share with you what's possible. I'm going to share with you what's possible. If it's possible for you to make in a month what you make in a year, would you like to see that option? We need options, y'all. We need options. I have learned over time the difference between cost and value, right? If I look at my bookshelf, and y'all see my bookshelf right here, it goes all the way up, all the way down, and I got books all across and back that y'all can't see. It's a whole wall of them. I probably got about 1,000. And I told you this little book was $40. You know why I paid for this? Because of the value. Even though I said it was all right, I knew its value. So I don't think about costs. I think about the worth. Is it something I'm going to have for the rest of my life? What's in here? I have it for the rest of my life. And I paid $40 for it. I'm going to live to at least 110. I say that because I know sometimes we think about cost and it's just a mindset shift. But I want you all to start thinking about value and what is it worth? What is it worth? What is it worth? Now, listen, I'm glad this was helpful from you all. Again, we just come on live every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. For those that are new, welcome. We're so happy to have you. This is the best community on the planet. Email me. I dropped my email in there, right? I'll do it again. Send me an email. I know that was a long link. What's my email, y'all? Info@Careers by Kelly. Careers Kelly. Yeah, the goal, y'all, is just like Lady Lo told us, just to be equipped. That's all. We want to just educate ourselves. We want to equip ourselves. We want to prepare. Like Lady Lo and Derek broke it down for us. We don't want to be out here not knowing things. Remember the question that I said I ask myself often? What is it that I don't know? I thought that all I could do was be a recruiter, and I hated it. I'm like, God, I don't know what you got, but I ain't going to another company. I am not going to. I would get offers. I'm like, no. I used to think if I just went to another company, employer, it'd be different. Then I wised up and I thought, you know what? I'm going to go over there. And it's the same task. I'll be doing the same thing. And then God showed me, you know what? Here's what you didn't know. You can leverage everything that you know. You don't have to start over. I talk to professionals every day, and their main concern is, I don't want to start over. I'm with this company and I got benefits and I got my 401k. You do know. I won't go there because I'll start talking. I was going to talk about 401k. But like I talked about earlier, and I'm going to wrap up, you are the CEO of you. You should be getting the highest leverage for what you know at this point, in this stage of your life, in your career. And if you don't know what that is, I'm going to talk about that on Saturday, October 7th. Now, if you want to talk to me just to kind of figure some things out, maybe you're not available on the 7th, we can have a career chat as well. I'll drop that in the thing as well. Let me read your questions and then we'll get out. We'll get out of here, y'all. I appreciate y'all always hanging out. Next week, we're going to be interactive because I want you all to be able to walk away saying, yep, I used that. Yep, I used Bard before. I've used ChatGPT. I know AI. I'm going to show you some tools that'll help you as well. So we're going to get into all that next week. And then we're going to wrap up when we got a guest at the end, right? We're going to have a guest at the end. I just want to make sure, again, we're equipped, we're prepared, we're educated. There's so much information out there, but I want everyone in here, to be educated. I want you to be knowledgeable about what's out there and what we all will face, whether we want to or not. If you want to have a chat, this is the link for that. Let me see what y'all saying. Okay, send me stom146. Just email me, info@careersbykelly.com. I'll shoot you over the link, okay? Hey, Sheila. Oh, you got in? Oh, Sheila got in, Stom. Jay said, show me the money. Yeah, I'm breaking down that money thing. You're going to be, and see, they told me not to say because we got some surprises and I was told to shut up. But I will share that, yeah, it's not what you, it's not, it's going to be stuff you can almost promise you haven't thought about. I can almost promise you haven't thought about, okay? You're welcome, Robin. I appreciate the refreshed perspective. What's the link for Boston Consulting? What? Oh, you said what's the link? Oh, for the did I log out? For the analysis? That's what we're gonna do next week, Clipper. I think I logged out. Did I log out? Did I give y'all the list for the company? Did I do that? It's been a long day, y'all. I know it's been a long day for y'all also. Here's the list for the companies again. I know I gave y'all a lot of links. Nothing happens with, okay, email me, y'all. Just email me. Just email me. info@careersbykelly.com. Just email me. Shoot me an email. All right, y'all. I'm glad you all found value. That's all I want. That's all I want. That's really all I want. I should be a minor catching your gym. Oh, y'all, I love y'all. I'm glad it's valuable. That's why we're here. That's why we spend time, because we can't get time back. So it better be worth it, right? That's something we can't get back. At our stage, we want to make sure we maximizing our time. All right. Y'all shoot me an email, info@careersbykelly.com. And next week we will, you're welcome, honey. You're welcome, boo-boo. My lady low. I haven't forgot. I think about you often, Lady Low, because I know we were supposed to do that. What is it called, y'all? At the beginning of the year, what everybody do? The vision thing. I ain't forgot. I don't like not following up on my word. That's why it bothers me. And Lady Low was going to get us straight. But I got you. We're going to do it. We're going to do something. Hello. I don't want to let y'all go. All right, y'all. You're welcome. Vision board. Yeah. You're welcome, Doc. Doc! How you doing, hon? You doing okay? All right, I'm gonna let y'all go. We gotta get some sleep. We gotta go night-night. Jay, you go night-night. Talk about some earth, wind, and fire. You go night-night. All right, love y'all. See y'all next week.